Jesus once taught that life often tests the human heart in ways we do not expect, and this story begins with a man named Daniel who believed he had finally found the love of his life. Daniel was a quiet and hard-working man who trusted God deeply and believed that every blessing in life came from faith and patience. One day he met a woman named Sophia, and from the first conversation he felt something special in his heart. Sophia was kind, intelligent, and full of dreams about the future, and the more they spoke, the more Daniel believed she was the person God had placed in his life. They spent many evenings talking about their hopes, their fears, and the life they wanted to build together. Daniel imagined a future where they would support each other, grow together, and face every challenge side by side. For a long time, everything seemed perfect. Sophia would laugh at Daniel's jokes, listen carefully to his thoughts, and promise that she would always stay by his side. Daniel worked harder than ever because he wanted to give Sophia a beautiful life. Every night before sleeping, he prayed and thanked God for bringing such a wonderful person into his world. But sometimes life changes quietly, and the heart notices the change before the mind understands it. Slowly, Daniel began to feel that something was different. Sophia was not calling as often as before, and her voice sounded distant when they spoke. She would reply to messages hours later, and sometimes not at all. Daniel tried to ignore the feeling in his heart because he trusted her completely. He believed that love meant patience and understanding, so he continued supporting her and encouraging her dreams. But one day, the truth appeared in a way he could not ignore. Through a conversation with a mutual friend, Daniel learned that Sophia had been spending time with another man. At first, he refused to believe it because the thought felt impossible. How could someone who promised forever suddenly choose someone else? But as days passed, the signs became clearer, and finally, Sophia admitted the truth. She told Daniel that she had developed feelings for another man and wanted to follow her heart. In that moment, Daniel felt as if the ground had disappeared beneath his feet. The dreams he had built in his mind shattered instantly, and the silence that followed her words felt heavier than anything he had experienced before. Daniel walked alone for hours that night, thinking about every memory they had shared, wondering where things had changed and why he had not seen it sooner. For many days he felt lost and confused, and his heart carried a deep pain that he could not easily explain to anyone. Sometimes betrayal does not come from enemies, but from the people we trusted the most, and that makes the wound even deeper. Daniel began questioning everything in his life, even his faith, asking God why such pain had entered his story. But even in his darkest moments, he continued praying because prayer was the only place where his heart felt calm. One quiet night, while sitting alone, Daniel remembered something a wise pastor once said. Sometimes God removes people from our life not to punish us, but to protect us from a future that would harm us. Those words slowly changed Daniel's perspective. He realized that love cannot survive without honesty and loyalty, and if Sophia had chosen another path, forcing her to stay would never create real happiness. Day by day, Daniel began rebuilding his life. He focused on his work, spent time helping people who needed encouragement, and slowly discovered a new strength within himself. The pain did not disappear immediately, but it began transforming into wisdom. Daniel learned that heartbreak often teaches lessons that comfort cannot teach. Months passed, and Daniel's life became peaceful again. He no longer carried anger towards Sophia because he understood that every person follows their own journey. One afternoon, while volunteering at a community event, he met a woman named Grace who shared the same kindness and faith that Daniel valued. Their conversations were simple at first, but there was honesty and respect in every word. Daniel did not rush into love again because he had learned the importance of patience, yet he noticed that being around Grace felt calm and genuine. Over time, their friendship grew stronger, And Daniel realized that sometimes the blessings we are meant to receive arrive only after we release what was never truly meant for us. Looking back on his past, Daniel understood that the painful chapter with Sophia had prepared his heart for a deeper understanding of love and faith. Life had not ended when his first dream collapsed. Instead, it had quietly guided him toward a better path. The experience taught him that love must be built on truth, loyalty, and mutual respect, and that trusting God's plan often requires courage during moments of loss. In the end, Daniel discovered a powerful truth that many people learn only a